In the video from January of this year, Pawlowski discussed his criminal charges relating to the Coutts border blockade with the Premier. Now, instead of immediately ending the call, as the Ethics Commissioner says she should have, Smith told Pawlowski she was in regular contact with Crown prosecutors, reminding them cases need to be winnable and in the public interest. Commissioner Marguerite Trussler said she could not find evidence of an email or conversation with Crown prosecutors, but did determine Smith contravened the Conflicts of Interest Act when she called then Justice Minister Tyler Shandro to influence the Crown's prosecution of Pawlowski. The commissioner stated that call was, quote, inappropriate and not acceptable because elected officials should not interfere in the administration of justice. Trussler wrote the call from the Premier put considerable pressure on Shandro and said he must have felt concern for his tenure as minister as a result, something she describes as a threat to democracy. She also found Shandro defended the independence of Crown prosecutors in the call. Now, Pawlowski was eventually found guilty of mischief and breaching a release order. In a statement, Danielle Smith said she asked Shandro for his advice on what could be done about COVID-related offenses. She went on to say, quote, I will be seeking legal advice on creating specific formal guidelines as to when and how a Premier may speak with the Minister of Justice in the future about police and other sensitive matters. The NDP say with the looming election, the Ethics Commissioner's findings are something voters should consider.
They have that report. They can read that report for themselves. Danielle Smith did break the law. They can pronounce their judgment on May 29th because she cannot be trusted.
Now, to be clear, this isn't a criminal violation. As for the ramifications of the Ethics Commissioner's findings, she said she won't impose sanctions on Smith during the election, but may revisit the issue when the legislature is back in session. She did, however, recommend mandatory training for all new MLAs on the roles of the 3 levels of government in Canada.